Right, hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where we have gathered the former Byzantine Empire, or at least most of it, into our new Portuguese Empire. How are we doing economy-wise? I've not checked that for a while. Look at that, 78! Boom, just under the Netherlands. And ahead of Spain, Russia, Greece, Italy, Germany, Japan, and the Scandinavians. Lovely stuff. Well, that is really putting us in a decent position. Russia. Well, do I want to go to war with Russia? I guess I could grab this and potentially South Hokkaido. In fact, we could, apart from Korea, we could, in theory, eliminate the Russians completely. Oh no, they still have this stuff up here. So, yeah, might go to war with Russia. Do they even have any fleet to fight? Oh, they do. Battle cruisers as well. Interesting. I am currently limited by the fact that my shipbuilding capacity is not very large. I am expanding the maximum shipyard size, which does also give you a little bit of this as best I can. We've got the Calypsos all refitted now. I next want to refit... want to be able to talk. I need to refit the Gillanes as well. So let's get into the refit mode. Let's get rid of both barbettes. And we're going to upgrade both. Just as I did with the Calypsos, I'm going to push them to 21 knots. And switch them to turbines. Improve their maneuverability as well. Right, this has to go there. Okay, this... go there like that. Now, I could pop that up on there. Won't look quite as good. Can I do it with a single funnel? No, not quite. But I could go. I could do that. And then this can then be bunched up a bit. That will help shorten the citadel, less wasted deck space. Yeah, okay. Now, barbettes. We want to spin you, then spin you back. So that the guns operate correctly, or at least I think that's what I need to do. Is it these guns that are getting in the way? Or what? I'm not sure. Let's shift this forward a bit then. Come on, game. There we go. Do. Okay. There you go. There we go. You can shift around the main guns. That should now mean that all of them are able to fire. That's good. Give them Krupp. Better anti-flood. Quite 2. Oh, that's heavier. Oh, because of the shell weight. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's take the torpedoes off. New rangefinder. Superior turrets. Okay. Okay. %. Oh, wait. It's a chunky ship, to be fair. I mean, the obvious thing to reduce is this, but I'm not sure. Oh, actually, these have got 9 inches on them. They could go right down. I know that does make the casemates more vulnerable, but I think that is more sensible. Yeah. Okay. Good, good. That'll give them a new lease of life as well. And then we have, I would say, solid Generation 1 dreadnoughts. All right. Should be able to shove them all through at once. 3 months. Perfect. Now, the problem is, it's 1913. Really, we want to be building Generation 2 dreadnoughts. Although, I guess we kind of do, technically. But our best... Well, we do have Mark 3 13-inch. 14 inches coming along. Yeah, I think... I want to see what the next gun tech is, so that'll be in a couple of months anyway. Yeah, then we can look to making some sort of super dreadnought, I think. Yes. Welcome back. Fortunately, the very next gun that we are going to be getting is the 14-inch Mark III, which is a lovely weapon to have. And we can certainly build some interesting ships around it. But I think my light cruiser force is looking particularly poorly, especially as the only ship we have. It's these ones. So I'm going to replace them with a new design, because I think we have, is it the light cruiser 5? We don't have a scout cruiser, but I think this, yeah, 28 knots top speed if we want it to, can certainly do the job. It's an okay hull, especially when you trim it down. Yeah, if we go for 8 to 50, so a little bit bigger than our current light cruisers. Radically different design, of course. Can we push them to 30 knots? That would be really nice. Go induced turbines. I'm going to have to go with the Tau 1 because it's the only one that fits. Now, we do have these massive ones. 8 base accuracy. These ones are 6. And they're still massive, especially when I consider the fact they don't have a funnel slot. You know what? Sure, we'll go with that. I'm hoping this one funnel is enough. Maybe if I run on forced boilers. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. What do we want to arm this vessel with? Oh, we don't have the twin gun tech. Is it maybe a bit early to get the twin gun tech, or am I close to getting the twin gun tech? I wish there was a way to easily check this rather than having to discard your design, come back out. So, triple large turrets. Maybe I'm going to pop a priority on this. Let's see if we can't grab this a little bit more quickly. Politics-wise, I don't think there are any imminent threats to us, are there? Yeah, just Russia. I mean, we could go to war with Russia. Our battleships are repaired and ready to go. So have all the armoured cruisers as well. Would allow us to grab southern Russia. Do we currently make any oil? Oh, we do actually. Quite a lot. That's neat. Yeah, do you know what? If the government says, "Do you want to go to war with Russia?" I'll say yes. How about that? There we go. Now the problem is, the French are currently trying to invade Georgia and Crimea. So what I'm going to have to do is go for Novorossiysk myself. So I'll move the battleships out. I should be able to immediately launch an invasion there. I'm also going to pull some of the armoured cruisers over as well. Just because I kind of want to see them in action. Like so. We're going to swap the fleet to sea control, and then I'm going to realise that my budget is not very good. Fortunately, we have a nice buffer, so I'll run that down a bit. It's because we're expanding the shipyard. It's very expensive to do. Yeah, let's see if the Russians want to fight. Okay, invasion begun. Looks like the French are going to take the other two provinces, which is a bit irritating. But there's other stuff we can go and grab as well. There is also other wars going on. Britain is at war with the Austrians and the Japanese. France is at war with Russia, Austria, and the Greeks. Austria is at war with a whole bunch of people. Yeah, Greece is at war with pretty much everybody, including almost us. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But I think it is, yeah, Japan is not long for the world. Oh, the army is pushing on South Hokkaido. That's very helpful. I think we need to just start looking to eliminate players now. Who has the largest fleet? The British at 978, sorry. France 600, Austria is 400, US is 500, Netherlands are 200, we're 300. Oh, Spain still has 300,000 tons, but they're not really in the conversation. Okay. Right, well, okay then. I guess we'll see if anything happens. Welcome back. Double turrets on light cruisers unlocked. Perfect. Means we can get back to the design that I wanted to do. So it was min beam, min draft, 30 knots, 8250, oil, forced turbines. What's these all? Speed build. Yeah. Cool. Armament. 7-inch Mark 3's got to be, hasn't it? With... yeah, those don't fit on us. They fit on those? Yeah, they fit on those. That's fine. Go two at the front. And we've got the built-in bar bed at the back. Gives me 8 7-inch guns. That's perfectly acceptable. And what? Maybe some... get some 3-inch guns in. Potentially on the wings. Oh no, this is wanting me to put 2 inches on. I know they're not super useful, but they can help against transports, basically. That's really what they're for. 49s. Doing me dirty, game. But yeah, that'll help a little bit. Can I make these bigger? 2.5 inch. Just want them to have a little bit more punch. Now, shells. 6 inches a pen, that's not bad. And yeah, those will go through destroyers. Very nice. Enhanced. All the good things. Armor, obviously, we would just want to have a yes, please. Let's try for 633. Yeah, I've gone overweight. 9 inch on the turret could be interesting. Now then, 5% overweight. I don't have the bulkheads. I don't have the range, and I want both. Maybe the 3 inches of armor is a bit much. Let's trim that to 1.5. Let's trim the deck armor as well. Let's trim this and this. Yeah, 97. Okay, that's a bit more reasonable. If I wanted both of those, I would need a lot. I can do many and medium range. Just wondering if there's anywhere else that could do with a bit of weight reduction. Maybe I have too much armor on the turrets. I think 7 inch and 1 saves a reasonable amount. Enough to get maximum bulkheads? No. Or no. Okay, I definitely want maximum bulkheads though. What else can we trim? Trim that. Yeah, there's not much else I can trim, is there? Might have to go with many and medium range with the spare weight. Hopefully, when we get some better engines, the geared turbines and such, we can address that. But I think they'll do well. We'll save that, and I want as many of those as I can fit in the shipyard. And the answer to that is 10. Okay, well that gives 10 armoured and 10 light cruisers. That's fine. I'll move the names from the old light cruisers, wherever they are. Yeah, these ones. I will transfer the named ships over to the new class, but I will do all of that off camera. Oh, Greece! What was the point in? What was the point in you like pushing for peace? And I could have just destroyed you earlier. Anyway, we've taken southern Russia. Russia's now kicked out of the Black Sea, which is ideal. We're going to head down here and we're going to try and grab northern Greece before the Austrians get there. So the US, yeah, this is like a Western Europe versus Central Europe, I guess. Central powers versus the Western powers kind of deal going on. Anyway, how's the army doing over here? They're doing okay, actually. Good stuff. Just a quick one. Japan has been finished off. Japan itself has been divided up between Britain, the US, Spain, and I guess technically us, as we control Hokkaido and Okinawa. Yeah, sorry Japan, you never really had a chance this campaign. You just got steamrolled early on. Looks like the French are having a go at the Austrians. The British are having a go at Austria from up here. Germany is almost out of the game as well, which is... I mean, they do have 10 provinces remaining, but only one in Europe, and it's not Germany. it's Western Poland. I'm assuming they still have... Yeah, they've got this little Pacific enclave over here. Right. This invasion is going to happen very quickly because the port has been completely smashed. So I'm going to try and do a simultaneous invasion on southern Greece. Stack those up and make sure that we don't have any interference from these land powers over here. Right, we have cut-blocked the Austrians by taking northern Greece. They did manage to take the Central Balkans. They're probably going to take Kosovo. Now what we can do is we can move our ships around in the circle. I know technically they'll pop out for a bit, but as far as the game's concerned, they'll be here and then they'll be here. And then we can also do a simultaneous invasion of Crete. And that should eliminate the Greeks, because although they have Kosovo, there is no port, and they will disappear. It's a shame. I would have liked to have just kept Greece around, because it's fun. And I like Greece. I've been there a few times. It's lovely. But, no, it's going to be Portuguese. Sure. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what's going to happen once... I mean, Russia is very close to being eliminated as well. And so is Italy. And then, yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? There we go. Greece has been dissolved. Good stuff. I've popped the fleet back into Constantinople, partly to save money, because I think we should push for a peace treaty with the Soviets, although I can't right now. Oh, I don't have... 3,000 victory points short. Do they still have a fleet? No. Do they have any juicy territories I would like to take? I mean, there is Vladivostok. But that means sailing the fleet all the way around, which I'm not particularly wanting to do. Although there is another option. I could send an armoured cruiser just to piss them off. Might get a port strike or two. Yeah, let's do that. Right, we need to change our fleet posture to in being. Save a bit of money. I don't like pulling that down during wartime. It's going to have to be the tech spending to 50. We're not building any ships currently, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that. Need to get back to growth. Although I don't think our economy is shrinking, is it? No, it's just a bit lower growth than normal. Really, what I want to do is start building some new ships, though, isn't it? I do have all the techs I want. What's the next tech we're getting? Mark 4 9-inch. I might as well have a look then. Might as well. Right, we've got the Dreadnought 3. We also have the Battle Cruiser 3. I've done this before, where I've gone, do I really need more battleships? Do I need more Dreadnought-style ships? No. Let's instead hop on the Battle Cruiser bandwagon. So we're going to reduce the beam of this ship by a little bit, because I want it to hit 30,000 tons. There we go. Yes. Yes, we're going to go for that. We're going to go for the 30 knots, so they'll be as fast as our new cruisers. What maximum bulkheads? Don't care about range at the moment. Oh, full oil. That's good. 13 base accuracy is the best. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Slap a funnel on it. Let's force those boilers. So we don't need a second. Although that has a funnel slot, doesn't it? Yeah, we can just go 2 funnels. That compensates for the fact that we're not carrying that much fuel as well. We do have triples, which is nice. 14-inch, 45 caliber guns. They do look nice and chunky on this hull. Now, do they need the... Oh, that's a fun bobbet. It's a bit too big. Why can't I use these? This is a game. You weird thing. I guess the standard bobbet, although it's going to look a bit weird. Oh, it doesn't look too bad, actually. It's only a little bit mushroom-like. And then we can use the step in the hull to fit the aft super firing pair. And then casemates. Mark 3, 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 Mark 4. Okay. Try for 8s. Because I do imagine that this ship is going to be dealing with all comers. 8-inch guns are very nasty against light cruisers and lower. And then, of course, we have the main guns for everything else. All proper bulkheads too. Let's have a look at Cap Ballistic to start with. And then we'll need to armour the ship. 130. Okie dokie. Okay, they have more than enough pen to go through a destroyer. They'll probably hurt cruisers in a bit. But the reason I think I should stick with Cap Ballistic is actually for the 8-inch guns, which can also go through a destroyer at pretty much any range. Especially if we make them 56 caliber. Yep, that is destroyer armor at any range that they can actually hit the thing with a high explosive. That's quite tasty. Tasty enough that I think we should go increased high explosive on the secondaries. The armor piercing is still handy though. I mean, that's going to be good against like cruisers and stuff. Maybe even the odd heavy cruiser. But I think mostly it's going to be high explosive. Pen on the main guns is very good. Now, for armouring against our own guns, we're going to want, yeah, probably 3-inch 4.5 belt. Superstructure. Don't forget the conning tower armor. Deck armor. 3 and 1.5. We're going to increase that a little bit now that ranges or engagement ranges are going to be a little bit longer. Main belts. Yes. 14-inch. That protects us down to about 10,000 meters against our own guns, which is very nice. Well, we don't need that much on them. I'd say 16 is enough. Maybe 4 on the tops. 14 on the barbette. And then inners, we go 3, max 1.5. 3, 1.5. 3% overweight. It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. Particularly as we can cut down on the old barbette armor. I'd have to, even if I got rid of it though. So we need to lose weight somewhere else. Well, I don't need those funnels, do I? If I'm going for 2 funnels, I can choose some smaller ones. That'll save some weight. I'm sure someone was already headed to the comments to tell me about that. We could go with those 2. That saves a little bit of weight. 102%. Can I close the ship up a little bit? We get things a little tighter together. Because that would help. Why are you still moaning? Right. The other option would be to replace these with 6-inch guns. Then I can rethink how I'm using the HE though. Yeah, that saves an awful lot of weight. 56 caliber, 3, 1.5. Might actually up armor those a little bit more. 6-inch. Yeah, see now they're not really able to go through a destroyer reliably. So maybe we downgrade this to soft cap. Do you know what? Let's go base fuse, because that way we're getting the most bang for our buck on the main guns. And these guys, not so much. So we're going to go back to standard ratio. And on these, increased armor piercing, I think. Yes, I think that's a more sensible way to do it. And I can get a little bit of, carry a little bit more oil. And we have a beautiful ship. And obviously, we've got to call it... double T, just the one. There we go. We've got to call it the rocket. Of course we do. Nasty ship, though. What are we in? 1915? Something like that. So, contemporary with a renowned class. She's fast. She carries 8 14-inch guns. There's nothing to sniff at. Well armoured, unlike a renown. Yeah, I love it. Who needs battleships anyway? Well, you can just make a battlecruiser really fast. How many of these should I build? Is the question. And the answer is, how many can I build? And the answer is 2. Well, 2 for now. 2 for now. And this one will be the Espada Sangreta. Right. Let's build you in... Actually, do you know what? We're going to build one of you in Lisbon and the other in Porto. Yes, very good. Very good indeed. Now, I'm losing a little bit of money, but that's fine, given the construction that we're undergoing. Let's see if we can get those Russians to surrender. There we go. Peace, finally, with the Soviets. That's good. Armoured cruiser did its job by sieging down Vladivostok a bit. I'm going to just pop them into Okinawa so that we have some slightly heavier units over there. I'm going to switch everything to peacetime mode. Limited, please. And then, really do want another rocket, right? Peacetime mode. But I think I need to just keep investing in technology. That limited shipyard cap is a hindrance, but I think we can get around it by continually refitting our existing ships, like the battleships. Like, I think they're very capable. Oh yeah, we can also get rid of these two. I think they're very capable ships. I think they'll do fine for a little bit. Yeah, okay, they're not the fastest, but they're decent enough. And now we have this new fast, particularly when you include the armoured cruisers. That's a pretty nice little collection. And then we've got our new fast division. Yeah, I think we're looking okay, to be honest, design-wise. Now then, politically... Oh, we might end up with the war of the United States. I don't hate that as the next thing for us. We have a larger fleet than they do. They have territories I'm very interested in. I would love to kick them out of the Mediterranean. It is a little concerning they hold Austria and Galicia, though, because that means if I take northeast Italy and central Italy, they can still attack me from here, which is a bit irritating. What are the French up to? Rampaging across Austria-Hungary. Yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe the United States is going to be our next opponent. I would love to go against Spain, but since they turned Republican, as in the no monarch sense, they've been our best buds. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? But that will all be in future episodes. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.